Hello world. We want to begin by showing you a picture of the Great Pyramid. At the end of this video, we will show you this same picture, only you will see it in a completely different way and it will shock you.
As we demonstrated, the pharaohs used the massive volume of water passing through the Osiris shafts to provide seemingly unlimited amounts of fish, giving them power and wealth.
However, to maintain power, the pharaohs needed the ability to stop their system. Even though it was amazing, if they didn't possess the power to stop it, they weren't needed.
So they placed doors on these massive shafts to stop the water.
Remember, these large holes are roughly 12 foot square. When stopping water of this magnitude, there are two major problems that need to be overcome: air and momentum. Air would have been in their system constantly, not only after every flood season, but also during operation, as vortexes periodically occurred and sucked air down, much like water draining in a bathroom sink.
The pharaohs learned about the catastrophic effects of compressed air when they damaged the Sphinx. So they had to figure out how to remove the air from their system. If you remember in the previous episode, water and fish flowed out of these massive shafts onto the Giza Plateau. What we didn't mention is that when the Egyptians dug these shafts, they dug straight down off of the existing tunnels, creating the third layer of the Osiris shafts.
My dad is now going to allow the floodwaters to enter the Osiris shafts in Aswan.
Watch how the air bypasses the third layer and continues on.
Over here, we have a recreation of the Great Pyramid to show you what would occur on the inside as well as the outside. Right here, this represents the well shaft. These are the ascending and descending passageways. This is the Grand Gallery, and finally this is the King's Chamber with the open 8-inch shaft escaping out of the top. This is actually the air vac for the entire system. Over here, we have the north face of the Great Pyramid as it looks today. However, 5,000 years ago when the pyramid was created, there was a layer of casing stones on top that created a smooth surface. That's what this represents. Unfortunately, we need you to see underneath these casing stones. So I'm going to turn these invisible by replacing them with this clear piece of plexiglass. That way you can see the stones underneath, but the casing stones are still in place.
Now watch what happens when the pharaohs stop the water from flowing out of the massive shafts by closing these doors. To the Egyptians, this would appear to stop the water, but in reality, it redirected the water's momentum towards the Great Pyramid.
Watch as the water rises up the Grand Gallery. Once it reaches the elevation of the inlet 400 miles upriver at 300 feet above sea level, it stops rising.
It's no coincidence that Elephantine Aswan and the middle of the Grand Gallery are both 300 feet above sea level. Above this elevation, there is a reduction in quality in the Grand Gallery, showing that the pharaohs knew water was never going to rise higher than 300 feet above sea level.
Now let's come back over here and look at the north face of the Great Pyramid. As you can see, water is exiting the swivel door, but not in the way you might expect. It is trapped between the invisible casing stones and the blocks underneath, and it is cascading down the face of the pyramid, creating a triangular shape. If this occurred on limestone blocks over decades, it would leave erosion and corrosion stains on the pyramid.
Now that you're aware of this, take another look at the picture we showed you at the beginning of this video.
Stay tuned for our next episode where we explain what brought an end to the old kingdom of ancient Egypt 5,000 years ago.
Thank you.